Hi and welcome. I have a fantastic show for you today, but first, flame on. I do appreciate everyone that watches and participates in the live stream, and I will be reading your comments at the end of the show. And if you're watching the replay, each story I discuss is time-stamped in the description below. My name is Tom Coffee, and this is the Coffee and Nuance Show. We've got lots of great stuff to get to today, so hit my music. Hey, here I am. Welcome, everyone. Flame on. Got a new lighter, so that is going to work. I don't need to introduce myself because I guess I already did. Wait, that wasn't me. That handsome fellow was AI, but the voice that you heard prior to my music, that was also AI generated. There's an AI Tom Coffee now. And that was made with like a 1-minute sample of my voice. I'm really, really blown away. Oh, intro is choppy and no sound. Oh, the drone part. Yeah, the drone part, there's no sound. That's just for me to try to get everything set and make sure that I'm streaming. But eventually that'll go away. But did you hear that voice? It sounded like me. It really did. And what it could do with just a 1-minute sample, I mean, it sounded like I was reading. It didn't have all of my inflections. But that was just from a 1-minute sample. Okay, it's choppy, but we can hear you. That kind of ticks me off because this morning I did try to change all of the settings on my stream. Oh, error. YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, that's frustrating. All right, let's see. Wow. Well, let's see if we can get streaming to work. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my recording and see if that makes a difference. All right. All right, let's try this again. Let's see. Come on. Let's stream. Let's get some video. It looks like we got some video back. Perhaps that will be better. Perhaps. So let's try this again. I want to play for you the little surprise I had at the beginning, but you may or may not have seen or heard it. So let's just do a quick replay of that. Let's just start the show over, shall we? Here we go. Hi and welcome. I have a fantastic show for you today, but first, flame on. I do appreciate everyone that watches and participates in the live stream, and I will be reading your comments at the end of the show. And if you're watching the replay, each story I discuss is time-stamped in the description below. My name is Tom Coffee, and this is the Coffee and Nuance Show. We've got lots of great stuff to get to today, so hit my music. All right. So how was that? Did that work? Were you able to hear that? Let me check the chat real quick. Oh man. Yeah. I think it was okay. You got to hear AI Tom, right? That was truly mind-blowing. It was made. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. Creepy Robot Tom, yes. My internet speed, I checked it like an hour ago. I have crazy high-speed internet, and it is hardwired. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But again, I'll keep working on it, keep massaging the settings until we get it right. But yeah, that AI was really mind-blowing. And I just need to make sure that this attractive man right here, that's not me, and neither was that voice. And I think I'm obligated to say that. I don't want to fool anyone into thinking that that's me. But this is from a company called 11 Labs. And that'll get to the first story that I'm going to talk about today. Is this AI-generated voice firm. They clamped down after 4chan kind of went nuts this weekend. 11 Labs, a startup founded by ex-Google and Planeteer employees, discovered misuse of its AI-generated voice technology during its beta. 4chan members used the product to generate voices that sound like celebrities to make racist, violent, transphobic statements. The high quality and ease of the generated voices highlights the risk of deepfake audio. 11 Lab offers speech synthesis and voice cloning services and says it can generate a clone of someone's voice from a 1-minute clean sample. The company is now exploring safeguards such as requiring payment information or full ID identification for voice cloning or manually verifying every request. So that was going on. I saw this over the weekend. 4chan was posting audio of celebrities. And something that is really true is you can't explain jokes, right? If you don't get the joke, once it's explained to you, you're not going to find it funny. That's just how jokes work. And a lot of the stuff that goes on 4chan is similar to like shock jock stuff from 20 years ago. That kind of humor is not for everyone. But what is funny is that it's shocking. So I'm not excusing the things that are said, but what happens is, for example, what would be funny is if you had a voice of Jordan Peterson where he's known for telling you to make your bed and to, act right. And if you had a fake voice of Jordan Peterson telling you to do crazy things and go to the strip club or something like that, it's the irony, right? It's the fish out of water. It's the shockingness of it that makes it funny, not necessarily the racist or misogynist type comments, right? If you were to take, like one of the ones that I heard, and to me it was hilarious, it was a Trump voice, and Trump was explaining what it was like on Epstein Island. Now, obviously, this wasn't Trump, so, someone had programmed it. It was a deep fake audio. And he was talking about what a blast it was, and Clinton was there, and, he had a tiny pee-pee and all this kind of stuff. And it was absurd. But what was funny was how absurd it was, not necessarily the what was being said about it. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't get. They take things literally. They just don't get the joke, okay? So just because someone can make a joke about something that is really gross doesn't mean that person is really gross, right? The joke is that it is the opposite of what you would expect. And again, trying to explain comedy doesn't always work. But I decided to try this out for myself. I recorded a 1-minute sample where I was just reading, a little poem or something. And that was the audio that it made for me. In fact, I do want to play it one more time. Now that you know how this was made, listen to this and tell me if it sounds like me. So, here it is. Hi and welcome. I have a fantastic show for you today, but first, flame on. I do appreciate everyone that watches and participates in the live stream, and I will be reading your comments at the end of the show. And if you're watching the replay, Each story I discuss is time-stamped in the description below. My name is Tom Coffey, and this is the Coffee and Nuance Show. We've got lots of great stuff to get to today, so hit my music. Is that nuts? Does it sound like me? Let's see. Apothecary John says it's a bit unsettling how AI stuff like that, it's going to be absurd in the future. And it looks like we got the stream going again. Duggo, what's up? Over on Rumble. Good to see you. I am trying this on Twitch, and Apothecary John's over there. He's got flames on. So thank you. Thank you. We got somebody over on Twitch. That is cool. It's good to see that that is working now. And Twitter, looks like I got at least one like over on my live stream on Twitter. So that's cool. But how nuts is this audio AI? This is from 11 Labs. And I invite you to go check it out. You can sign up for a free account, record yourself for 1 minute, and see how it can produce your voice. I think it's crazy because you can... This is a much bigger thing than I think anyone realizes. Not that I can read your mind and know what you realize, but this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy that it could do my voice pretty well. I think it could fool some people. It does sound like I'm reading. But if it were to take, say, 500 of my videos that are publicly available on the internet and use that as a database, it could really get my voice perfect. And that's bizarre. It does make you think that in the future, it's going to be hard to believe audio when you hear audio. You don't know if it's real or if it was AI generated. So that is absolutely nuts. I do want to find out what you think about that. So let me know in the comments. And let's get on to the next story. There we go. The Biden administration will end the COVID-19 national and public health emergencies on May 11th. He couldn't do it for Cinco de Mayo? Anyway, signaling the end to the crisis era of the pandemic. This move will restructure the federal government's coronavirus response and unwind a set of flexibilities put in place for free COVID treatments and tests. I don't even know where to get a free test anymore. We used to have centers everywhere. I don't even know where there's a site anymore here by me. Anyway, this is going to lift health emergency restrictions, and it means a termination of Title 42, which was a health policy that was reinstated during the last administration to close the southern border and expel migrants without asylum. The announcement surprised lawmakers and industry officials, raising concerns about how the administration is going to unwind all these options that were provided with these emergency declarations. The expiration of the emergency signals a shift in the administration's approach to the southern border. And eventually, this is going to transfer responsibility for vaccine and treatment distributions to the private market. So that is what's going on with that. I know that a lot of these emergency things that have been declared, that's how you get away with stuff. You declare an emergency and then the previous rules don't apply. You can do things in an emergency that you can't do if it's not an emergency. So the government loves emergencies because they have more power. And once you realize that, you understand that there is motivation for government officials to declare emergencies, right? I know that here, I've been dealing with someone living in front of my house, and they're set up in a car, and there's shopping carts and tarps and trash and all kinds of stuff. And I had the police over yesterday to talk to them because I saw them loading merchandise, brand new merchandise, into the trunk of their car that doesn't work. And the police told me there's nothing they can do because the mayor's declared it an emergency, a homeless emergency in Portland, and so there's nothing that they can do. That is just an example of what governments can do when they declare an emergency. So this whole pandemic emergency, they're winding it down. It'll be done in May. And it makes me wonder, when do you think the next emergency is going to be? Because once you have power, you don't want to give that power up. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But I do have some other thoughts on it, but I'm going to keep those to myself for today. Let's get on to the final story. And I want to talk about loneliness. Now, this is the good news of the day, right? Loneliness is not the good news, right? But I was reading Hacker News, Y Combinator, and someone had put together a site. This is called thelonelyworld.info, and what it was is an attempt to say, hey, are you feeling lonely? Well, you can just share that with the world anonymously. And that's one thing that you can do to deal with it. If you have a problem and you can't say that you have that problem, well, then it's tough to deal with it. And if you're lonely, you may not have someone to tell that problem to. So he made a website, and it's not going to solve everything, right? But let me check out the site. We can go to it live. Let's see what we have here. This is the lonelyworld.info, and you can submit a daily check-in. So you can see the United States here, but we can zoom out. We can see the whole world. And what we have is people posting that they're feeling lonely, and they can explain why they're feeling lonely. Let's just pick someone here. Somebody down in Bogota, Colombia says, I lack friendship, and I attribute this to my environment, and I feel sad and empty. Well, all of the violet dots on the map, and this is worldwide, are people stating that they're lonely, and it shows where they are, roughly, not their exact location, and what's going on with that. But all of the aqua dots are people posting support for those people, saying, hey, when I was feeling lonely, this is what happened, this is what was going on. Now, loneliness, it's a feeling that arises when you have unfulfilled needs for social contact and meaningful relationships. It's not the same as being alone, and it can occur even if you have a lot of social contact. Loneliness is linked to mental health problems, it can have a negative impact on your mental health, and you can risk depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, sleep problems, and stress. The causes of loneliness, and this is important, are very different and vary from person to person. And it can be due to life events such as bereavement, relationship breakup, moving to a new area, being part of a vulnerable group such as being a single parent or a person with a disability. Some people experience deep and constant feelings of loneliness that come from within, regardless of their social situation. And understanding the reasons for loneliness can help you manage it. And so if you're feeling lonely, you can go to this website and you can just do a check-in. Say, I'm feeling lonely. It gives you some options and lets you say, am I feeling better than yesterday, the same as yesterday, worse than yesterday? And you can look for support around you. And I think that is a cool option. It's not the end-all be-all for anything, but this was just one guy, had an idea, he went forward, he made it happen. And what an incredible time to be in 2023. You can come up with an idea like this and just do it. I think that that's really inspirational. There are so many ideas that I have right now, especially with all this AI stuff. There are so many things that I want to do, and it's just really focusing and deciding on which one to do. I think there's more opportunity today than any time in human history. I know I've said that. I repeat myself. I repeat that topic a lot, but I really believe that it's true. And even in the case of loneliness, there's more options now to reach out to other people, reach out to different social groups than there's ever been. And I really like the idea of this site. I will link it in the description. If you are feeling lonely, you can go there and do a check-in or just read about other people, and that may make a difference. Like I say, I've seen people comment on people being lonely, and they think that, oh, you just don't know how to make friends, or, oh, you just need to get out there, and just shut up, okay? You don't know why somebody's feeling lonely. There's lots of reasons. It was interesting when I lived in, when I was down in Mexico City last year, when I was down in Medellin, I was by myself all the time, and I didn't feel lonely at all, like not a single second. There are times when I'm here in Portland, out in public, and I totally feel lonely. You know, so it's not that. There's lots of reasons that people can feel that. And if you feel that way, you can check out this website. That is one resource. You know, what the heck? You can always try contacting me. I did get my Linktree fixed. I want to thank a viewer that told me that Linktree had suspended my account for apparently doing something wrong. And after a couple of days of going on and on with the company, they have restored my account. So now to find me, you can just click the link tree in any of my videos, and it'll take you to all my social media. So you can find me on Twitter or any other platform for that matter. But, you know, that's something that you can do if you're lonely. If you got any other good ideas on loneliness, let me know in the comments. Stick around after the outro, and I will be sure to check out your comments. I do appreciate you more than you realize. Thank you so much. Oh, and I didn't ask, but I will. Someday, it hasn't happened this year yet, but someday I'll get 50 likes on a video. Perhaps it'll be today. Anyway, have an awesome day. I'll see you in the after show. Peace. All right. Thanks for sticking around. Like, comment, share. That's always appreciated. So let's check out the comments. First, let's see. We got one retweet on Twitter. Well, that's cool. That works. Couple likes. Nice. That's something. Over on Twitch, Chairman of the Board is stopping by to say, hey. Hey, what's up, Chairman of the Board? So thank you for checking out Twitch. I'm going to be learning more about Twitch and streaming there. It's a totally different environment, how it works over there, and I got to learn that. But I'm looking forward to that. I appreciate everyone's help with that. Still no one on Odyssey, but I'll keep posting the video there until someone's there. And Rumble, Duggo's there. What's up? That's all we got over on Rumble, but we do get a number of people that watch Rumble on the replay. So if you watch the replay, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. So let's see what's going on with YouTube. Who's that in the thumbnail? That's me. But I put it into AI and I said, make me a little more handsome. And that's what it came up with. Flames in the chat, nice. With all this AI talk, it's inevitable he will eventually merge with machines. I hope not to merge with machines, but, you know, who knows? Yeah, the video was choppy, but hopefully we got that sorted out. True Tom is greater than AI Tom. I agree. I think AI Tom is pretty cool, but I like myself more. My internet speed, I'm hardwired. Should be good to go, but like I say, we'll keep working that out. Apothecary John says it's a bit unsettling how AI stuff like that will be absurd in the future. It will be. I think it's absurd now, but it's going crazy. Jim, glad to see you here. All is working now, Tom. Thank you for the feedback, Jim. Good to see you. It sure does sound like you. Yeah, great show. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. And Jody says, sorry I missed a proper start. That's okay. You can go back and check that out. But that's it. I am glad to be back up on Linktree. I don't know how long I was down. I could have been down for a year. They never contacted me. They just deleted my account for no reason. And then when finally contacted, they were like, oh, that was an error. No explanation. I'm still waiting for YouTube to give me back my warning strike. They haven't done that yet, even though they apologized and said it was an error. Maybe we'll get to it. But that's all I have for you today. What did you think about that AI? I mean, maybe you don't think it's as big a deal as me, but man, I'm blown away by it. Anyway, I hope you all are having an awesome day. If you're feeling lonely, check out the link in the description, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.